Beautiful, beautiful work from Luber. Keeping the fight in the stand-up, that's exactly where he wants it. Hey, if you want to bring me that fight, Luber's saying, come and get some. I'm Mike Perry, Platinum, baby.
Absolutely. I mean, you see Unknown's Legacy using that push kick a little bit, but he needs to watch out as he gets hit with a massive uppercut
Beautiful.
right there. And you can see Perry trying to use all of it, but gets driven to the cage with a driving takedown. Unknown's Legacy could take him down to the ground, and he will do as Luber Libra goes for a ride.
Beautiful, beautiful double leg high. And that right there is one of the best things about a driving takedown. You got to watch out for the body lock high, and you have to watch out for that double leg. So it's very confusing for some individuals, and very nice get up from Luber Libre, not staying on his back. This is a great beginning.
Yeah, you can see, look at that huge stamina loss. Even though he's able to stop the takedown, a huge stamina loss will only affect you if this goes to the later rounds. So far, it seems like Unknown's Legacy is trying to drive the takedowns a little bit, but right now, it seems all up to Luber Libre if he can't make any mistakes.
Absolutely. And that's the thing as well. You don't want to be overly aggressive to go to the ground. You kind of want to take the fight as it goes. And very nice side kick from Luber. And you want to take the fight as it goes. If you slip the punch, land the straight, then you can go for that takedown. Don't just try to force it. When you do, it's predictable, and you're going to get stuffed, and it's going to be a big stamina tax on you, as Unnoticed Legacy is learning right now.
Yeah, and you can see... And you can see Unknown's Legacy moving in a little bit, but he's getting caught a bunch. I mean, you saw him get hit with an uppercut. You see him get hit with an overhand. He needs to be a little bit less predictable and trying to find his way of getting in as we approach the last 10 seconds of the first round. It seems like it's just going to end up in a brawl. Gentlemen, so far, a little bit more to Luber Libre's side.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Luber Libre right now, the only thing I would have to say is that he should be a little bit worried about that stamina tax that he's been throwing on, because those overhands cost quite a bit. You can be Mike Perry, but right there, a beautiful rock, as we saw, and that came after a very nice jab. And this right here has been the story of the first round. Mike Perry moving forward, stuffing takedowns, and getting up and avoiding that ground pressure from Colby.
Right, and first off, we want to say we apologize for the momentary disconnection with the stream. Everything should be working out fine. And also, Pryoxis, thank you for the raid here on ESFL 57, a magical night of fights, as we have Pryoxis and Qxlv in the main event in a 5-round title fight happening later. But right now, we are going to the second round of Unknown's Legacy as Kobe Covington and Luber Libre in the blue gloves as Mike Perry. And again, first round, same as the first as the second round. Going back to the phone booth as a huge uppercut lands for Luber Libre. Here we go. He's on the prowl.
Yes, absolutely. He caught him when he was going for a driving takedown. Again, you need to not be predictable. You have to do the fake takedowns. You got to keep your opponent worried about the takedown. And right now, Luber's not respecting Unnoticed Legacy's ground game and is continuing to pressure forward, and is showing why he is very good and perhaps maybe the best Mike Perry right now. And that is a beautiful single leg after the timing to counter that overhand. Great job from Unnoticed Legacy.
You can see that stamina was going really low for Luber Libre. I mean, he does a lot of overhands trying to see if that works. I mean, to his credit, he's been getting some rocks with some uppercuts and trying to force out that overhand, but now it just seems to his detriment as he's losing a lot of stamina. But it goes back to the clinch.
Yes.
In case, and Perry's just going to fall back. Ooh, ankle pick. Takes him down. Huge move.
Very beautiful, very beautiful. Now let's see if he can make a wow, very nice to block the half guard attempt going up and the sprawl. Right now, Luber Libre is in trouble.
Yeah, and you can see those knees just pounding into the flesh of the body, just draining that stamina. And you can see the body health lowering and lowering so many times. Unknown's Legacy seems like he has a hand in this second round as he just worked on the half guard position.
Absolutely. And to continue now being in the postured up position and moving over to the half guard, he needs to now be thinking, how can I get myself in a dominant position? That's what the Unnoticed Legacy should be thinking right now. Because right now they're just rolling on the ground and very nice full guard, but it messes up when he tries to get up, doing the normal left to right.
Oh, huge punches in this stack guard right here. Doing some nice movements. He just needs to find his angle, and he gets some punches in. Huge moves with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the second round. Luber Libre, that stamina is getting low, and that body health is getting even lower.
Absolutely. This is going to be very detrimental for the third round. If he cannot get himself in a positive position in time, he will continue to take damage from unnoticed
Oh, we got a
legacy.
submission attempt. 5 gator right here.
Ooh,
Low
very,
stamina for
very
Luber
good.
Libre, but he gets out. Very nice defense in the submission attempt.
Now let's see if Luca Libre, what he does here. Is he going to try to immediately get out and perhaps get caught? And he tries to go for the get up, and again in the armbar, another 5 gate attempt.
Yeah, another 5 gate attempt. Luber Libre was able to get out of it once, but can he do it? He's Noah's Legacy is going to have enough time, but he gets out of it. Huge move, gets a reversal. Maybe he tries to sit this one out as it gets closer and closer to the end of the second round.
What a great sweep
Round.
from Unnoticed Legacy to end the round. Beautiful.
Yeah, and you can say that even though Legacy had the ground game, it seemed to work to his benefit. It just seemed like Luber Libre was able to get those uppercuts and get those stuns and wobbles. So it's gonna be really interesting if it goes to the judges how they're gonna predict how this judging is gonna go. Anything is possible.
Absolutely. And right now, I think both of these gentlemen are working toward their game plan. And I think Unnoticed Legacy's game plan is just the right counter for Mike Perry. You know, put you on the ground. Even if we're going through a little bit of scrambles, I'm going to deny some of your transitions. I'm going to knee you in the body, and I'm going to just slowly break you down. And that right there is just the key. Wow, it looks like we're having a little bit of latency. It should fix itself soon. But anyway, that right there is the key point on how you beat Colby Covington. You wear your opponent down and you break down their stamina until you can make a big finish.
Yeah,
So
and here
let's
we
see
go.
now.
We are in the start of the third round. Both guys have been putting it all out in the virtual octagon. And you can see the driving takedown. It seemed to work for Unknown's Legacy, but Unknown's Legacy gets the belly to belly into a side control. Huge move by Unknown's Legacy.
Absolutely. And on top of that, have you noticed he also denied Mike Perry's attempt to go to the over-under from the driving takedown? And great job from Libre to get himself up, doing a very good full guard and bottom get up. Very
Yeah, I
good.
mean, you can see these guys are both standing up. You see Luber Libre doing a little push kick, side push kick right there. I want to see if he's going to try to do another overhand. It seems like when they get close, he tries to go for an uppercut. It's been working to his benefit. So let's see if Unknown's Legacy
Very
can
nice.
do something about it. He gets the rock. Huge driving takedown to the cage. Will he go for another takedown? He tries to go for a double leg. Trying to switch up the stance. Taking him on for a ride again.
That's great wrestling right there. Using his transitional fakes to go for the double leg and then fake to going for the body lock high, back to the double, and now he's postured up in half guard. This is bad for Luber.
Luber Libre, I mean, again, he gets taken down, but able to get back up again as a fighter would in the ESFL. Now, it's up to him to find a way to get a definitive decision in this fight. With a good side kick right there. Overhand, or will he try to go for an uppercut? It seems like his best moves, but Unknown's Legacy, little calm, little patient in the phone booth, going for a nice body kick right there with 2 minutes to go in the third round.
Now this right here is where Luber Libre shines. He understands that there is he's going to have about a minute left, and Luber's very good with the last minute knockouts with Mike Perry. I right now am not going to sleep on it. I for sure believe that Luber still has a chance. Very nice left hook to the body.
Huge left hook by Unnoticed Legacy, and he's going for a ride again. The
Double
third
block.
takedown for Unnoticed Legacy. Huge move.
And very good for Luber to get it back into over-under, but he needs to be careful here. And as he gets taken into double underhooks, now going for another ride with a body lock high. This is relentless wrestling coming from Unnoticed Legacy. It's definitely something new for him if you've been watching his streams.
That head health and the forearms just connecting to the body, but he needs to watch out for the stamina. That body health and the head health for Luber Libre is getting down low with 30 seconds left into the fight. What can he possibly do?
This is a very, very interesting moment. We got the last 15 seconds. Will one of these guys go for the knockout and perhaps get slept themselves?
But it could be another overhand attempt. Doesn't get it. And that's the end of the third round. Ruthless on I don't know who I have this in my scorecards, but we're gonna hear it from Bruce Buffer in a moment.
As of right now, I for sure think that that wrestling of Colby Covington used by Unnoticed Legacy may have been enough to win it. However, with the rocks early on from Mike Perry in round 1 and 2, this definitely could be a split.
And it's up to Bruce Buffer as we get the decision right here, right now.
30-27, 29-28, for the winner by unanimous decision, Colby Chaos Covington.
Notice Legacy getting it done with a 30-27, 29-28 decision. Huge victory for Noah's Legacy, starting the card off with a bang.
That was awesome. Great ESFL debut from Unnoticed Legacy. He definitely showed that he is here and he wants to help grow this community. I'm looking very much forward to seeing Colby Covington with Unnoticed Legacy and perhaps maybe some more wrestling from him going forward in the future.
Yeah, looking
1-0.
over the fight stats a little bit, you're looking at the huge difference in total strikes landed. 108 for Unknown's Legacy to Luber Libre's 45. Even though Luber Libre had 4 stuns and wobbles, it wasn't enough to disargue the takedown attempts. 10 out of 17 significant strikes, 28-26 for Unknown's Legacy. Huge marks for Unknown's Legacy. It may be a huge player in the ESFL future cards.
Absolutely. Being a top 40 player on Xbox, he is 100% a threat, and he is showing that he has a well rounded game and is not just a counter stand up artist. Great job on your debut on Unnoticed Legacy. And Luber, we look forward to seeing you again as well as he moved to 1-1. Luber Libre, we're definitely excited to see his next bout when it comes around.
Yeah, and speaking of next bout, we have another spectacular matchup that we have. It's going to be a battle between guys who are looking to get their first win. We have Icy Pegasus versus Lewis Evolution. Both got Icy Pegasus for himself. He's 0-1 in the ESFL Season 2, and Lewis Evolution 0-2. So these guys are hungry for a victory in this next bout. So, oh, go ahead, Don.
Sorry about that. So currently, right now, we're gonna see Lewis Evolution. He's going against. He's picking Robbie Lawler. Lewis Evolution has been a consistent top 100 player, top 30 to 40 player. Is extremely good at the stand up, and his patience and octagon control cannot be denied. He's going against Icy Pegasus, who's being Tyron, the chosen one of Woodley. Very excited for this one.
Yeah, very excited. I mean, they're going. I didn't see the fighters exactly. It's the welterweight division again. Taiwan Woodley versus Robbie Lawler. I mean, we're in store for like a huge bang out brawl.
Oh, 100%. This is going to be amazing. And right now, as they're doing their introductions, let me just see if any of these fighters had anything to say about each other. And I don't believe so. Both of them are just very content, had much respect. And they're very close, as you can see, with their records. Icy Pegasus having one more win over Lewis Evolution. Lewis Evolution looking to get his first win inside of the ESFL. I believe that's correct. And first one? Jesus. I really hope I didn't offend him. Because if he won already, that's going to be terrible. But I believe that this is going to be his looking for his first win.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both guys hungry. I know how it is to go 0-3 in the ESFL and work your way back up. So these guys are on the first path of just trying to work their way up. I mean, they must have an excellent fight card to see what they need to work on. Because, like, when you're losing, there's always a chance and opportunity to learn. So for the fact that these guys are both hungry for a win, only could just put out like fireworks for everyone to see. Because we are going to see one amazing fight, Don.
Absolutely. And as we get started right here, it'll be interesting to see who comes out of the gate swinging first.
Yeah, and as we come out of the gates, here is the start of round 1. Again, Taiwan Woodley is Icy Pegasus, and in the blue gloves, it is Lewis Evolution with Robbie Lawler. And it seems like they're going to be a little bit patient, try to find a little bit in the phone booth, work out their jabs a little bit, find their range. It's just a nice way to start out the round, and a good 1-2 by Woodley.
Yes, 100%.
And you can see right now, a little bit patient, not as frantic as you were be in your debut for season 2. A little bit patient, learning from what they did before, and on takedown attempt, but gets stuck by Lewis Revolution as he goes to the back mount. A huge move, tries to go for the back flat, but gets denied. Right now,
Absolutely. I apologize. My stream is a little bit off. I'm getting it fixed. It's
okay,
being off.
no problem. Go on forward with this fight. We can see they both stand back up. Lewis Evolution has to feel a lot confident that he could stand and go to the ground game along with a Taiwan Woodley Icy Pegasus. So right now, it's looking so far so good for both fighters.
Absolutely.
Pegasus, but Lewis Evolution. Oh, go ahead, Don.
Absolutely, I can completely agree. And both of them are just trying to find their range right now. Lewis Evolution using that jab very well and keeping Icy Pegasus on the outside. Very nice body kick from Lewis Evolution there. And a great combo following up to the body.
Combo by Robbie Lawler, and you can see now they're getting warmed up, they're getting ready. They're starting to put in some combos. They try to fill out what each fighter did, and a good slip and almost missed uppercut right there. That could be another opportunity that they might look for in the future rounds.
Absolutely, because that right there could be a good tell sign and a great counter slip for them as well. So Lewis Evolution is looking to do some countering, and very nice jab uppercut from Icy Pegasus.
Yeah, and you can see both guys playing a little bit of chess, but now the combos are coming out, trying to fake that body kick by Icy Pegasus. But Icy Pegasus, he's getting hit a little bit. His stamina is getting fairly low.
Yes, and that's the risk that you run when you're Tyron Woodley. You sacrifice your stamina for a buttload of power, because man, if he can catch you with that overhand, or if he catches you with a slip straight, it's almost guaranteed that you're getting rocked.
Yeah, and you can see Lewis Evolution, his best entry point is going for those uppercuts. Those uppercuts are working very well for him against his Taiwan Woodley Icy Pegasus. So if he's able to put in another uppercut, he might get a rock. But Icy Pegasus is no slouch. He is coming forward, getting some moves in, but not enough to scare Lewis Evolution into backing away. And you can see that block gauge is very low for Icy Pegasus right now.
Oh, absolutely. He's continuing to wear on that block, and very, very nice. And again, he lands, and he's sticking and moving is Lewis Evolution and making sure he can maintain and retain center octagon control. This is Lewis Evolution vintage. This is his go-to. He holds the center of the octagon, and he lands consecutive 1-2s. Lewis Evolution, great job first round. Icy Pegasus is going to be looking to try to get on his high horse going into the second.
Yeah, and a show of respect going into round 2. Again, Taiwan Woodley is Icy Pegasus in the red gloves. Lewis Evolution is in the blue gloves with Robbie Lawler in ESFL 57, our second fight. And YouTube, and both guys are putting in combos now. They had the first round to fill each other out. Now they're going to find avenues where they could just lay in some shots, find their openings, and you can see Icy Pegasus using those slips a little bit more than the first round.
Absolutely. And that right there is what he needs to do. He needs to get his head off the center line, continue to use your jab, but you need to push forward. Do not act like Tyron Woodley was in real life and get pushed back against the cage and become immobile. And also, Tyron Woodley, he has tremendous power plus those leg kicks. He should be snapping right now. And there he goes. He must have heard us. And very nice counter from Lewis Evolution to whiff the kick and land back with his own to the body.
Yeah, you can see Icy Pegasus going for a takedown, getting some head health down for Lewis Evolution, and this could be a very excellent way that he could get some of that stamina advantage back. Now, if he tries to go for a half guard position, he might be in good standing, but again, Lewis Evolution, he's no spring chicken. He knows what he needs to do in the ground game. So the fact that he's controlling this a little bit is working to his benefit.
For sure. Icy Pegasus showing that he has some significance within the ground, but Lewis Evolution able to do the bottom get up and pushes Tyron Woodley off of him. Icy Pegasus has got to start moving forward.
Yeah, you can see Lewis Evolution when Icy Pegasus whipped a leg kick. Lewis Evolution trying to push in, but the slips are working well.
Very nice check from
Oh,
Lewis.
huge 1-2 combo for the Rock. Lewis Evolution go on the proud. That block gauge is low for Icy Pegasus. Icy Pegasus needs to find a way to slip these shots. He can't get caught too crazy. That stamina for the next attack, because that ain't gonna be the end of it.
No, not at all.
A
And very
huge
nice
uppercut by Lewis Evolution. Oh my goodness.
Right
Icy
now, he's got
Pegasus
him
is
in
on the
driving
ropes
takedown
right
stance.
now.
This is beautiful.
Oh, try to go for a leg kick, doesn't get it, but another rock by Icy Pegasus. Icy Pegasus fighting back. Gets the cage. Can he take him down? He's trying to find this situation. Going back to a clinch with an over-under.
Now he's in double
Events for Icy
underhooks.
Pegasus, Don.
Right now, Icy Pegasus needs to start looking to fake, and very, very good for him to block the transition from Lawler there. And very nice takedown throw from Icy Pegasus. This right here is what he wants. He needs to now maintain a dominant position and keep burning out Robbie Lawler's stamina tank. Do not let him transition out, but he does.
I mean,
and
that
now
was
we have
of the second round. Okay. Don, can you take control of the first round as I refresh?
Yeah, I've been having the exact same issue. But right now I'm just watching off of the actual ESFL. So, alrighty. So going back into this, we have Tyron Woodley. See if we can refresh this because I was on mixer. And everything.
We apologize for the
Technical
time for
difficulties.
us while you guys are forward ahead.
Oh man. Well, it happens. Let's see. A very nice rock from Lewis Evolution. He lands a very good straight jab. Goodness. Nice straight. He's moving. He's looking to do a lot of pressure moving forward with his straights. And right now, Tyron Woodley with that rock, that was very impressive. He goes for a high kick fake, and he stops himself. So let's see right now. Tyron Woodley's chin health flashing, and Lawler still has a chance, but he has enough stamina right now. Very good back sway to hook uppercut. Lewis Evolution's on the ropes.
Okay, I think we're on sync, and another rock down by Icy Pegasus with less than 3 minutes to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Icy Pegasus showing a lot of heart here after that first round, and I believe right now he's definitely pulling ahead. Lewis Evolution needs to be cautious and not get caught by those slips again, and he was going for one of himself with a nice back sway. Very nice jab hook, and he's moving forward.
And you can see Icy Pegasus, he's getting back, trying to fight his way back. This whole third round, even though the stream has been a little wonky, has been absolutely incredible. As we see another rock by Lewis Evolution. Oh,
And
that's it!
he ended with the block break in the left hand from Robbie Lawler as Lewis Evolution moves to 1-1. What a great knockout in the second fight of the ESFL. Fantastic job, gentlemen, both of you guys. Well done.
Huge barn burner slobber knocker in that third round. The first round, they try to take it easy, try to play a chess game. Second round, it got a little bit more ramped up. But the third round, they let it all out on the table. And you can see Icy Pegasus was getting his moments in, but Lewis Evolution doing so much damage in all 3 rounds, which is too much for Icy Pegasus, Don.
Way too much. And well played from Lewis Evolution to continue to move forward, not get nervous from the counters that were coming from Icy Pegasus, kept his composure, and kept on being Robbie Lawler, that ruthless Robbie Lawler. And y'all knew I had to say it because I'm ruthless. He's ruthless. Come on. So great job from Lewis Evolution. Great job from Lewis Evolution to get the victory here. Moves to 1-1 in the ESFL. We look forward to seeing Lewis Evolution once again. That was spectacular.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely spectacular. I mean, despite the technical difficulties that we have, being Time Lords a little bit, it was a really really good fight. And if those two fights are what's in store to come, I mean, we're in for one heck of a night in ESFL 57. I mean, all these fights are going to be super exciting as we try to get ready for the third fight. We don't have it just yet. We still are trying to get things all ready good in the background. So please
Go to my
stick
hood.
with us. But talking again about that second fight, Icy Pegasus Lewis Evolution. I mean, that was a really good fight right there, Don.
Oh, absolutely. It was very, very noteworthy. As we wait for the third fight, which is going to be Mr. Meeseeks and Dev Raider, we can go back and we can review a little bit of what went down there. But first of all, Loose Evolution executing his plan to the fullest, which is always keep center of control and put pressure on their opponent every time they move forward to move them out of the way and keep them back against the cage. And Loose Evolution 100% made sure that he was going to execute that plan and was doing very good slips, not being overly aggressive when he was getting the rocks and took his time. And what we need to really see and what we really would like to see going forward from both of these two gentlemen are to continue to develop, maybe work on a little bit of ground, maybe work on more of those slips and more defense. And I'm sure that both of these high level ESFL fighters will get that done. As we get squared away here, we have our third fight almost ready and lined up. We're just awaiting for the invite from
Yep.
one gentleman to another. And you know what, guys? We just want to also give a nice plug out to our YouTube crowd, YouTube at esflgaming.com, along with our esfltwitch.com viewers. All of you guys are very much important to us, and we couldn't do this without you, so we really appreciate it. Despite our technical difficulties, you guys make it all possible. So thank you very much for watching and enjoying.
Absolutely. We are getting ready to go our third fight. We are ready to go. We should be having Mr. Meeseeks versus Dev Raider,
But that
as I
looks
will
like
give
it's
the
going
link
to
to you.
it looks like it's going to be changed now, and it's going to be Double Mat versus
Ooh,
Dabikin. The new eighth fight is going to be Mr. Meeseeks versus Dev Raider, which is exciting. You guys get moved up within the card. So we're going to go over to that fight right now, which is that actually was the fourth one. So we're just moving over to that right now. We're skipping over Dev Raider's fight. So I'm going to get that loaded up. And the next fight up is going to be Davikin versus Double Mat, even though
all
Dab
right.
is off.
All right. Well, these things happen in the fight game. Everything is live. We try to make sure that all the fighters are ready to go beforehand. So things like these happen. We have to deal with Twitch, deal with Mixer, deal with fighters coming in, coming out. It's a part of the fight game, and that's why we love it so much because there's so much unpredictability.
Absolutely. And you guys get to laugh at us as we sit here and scramble to get things together. But that's okay. And 100%, it's all a part of the show. So enjoy all of it. So to give you a little bit of a tale of the tape for the fights that are coming up, I'm actually going to go and look at their ranks. Dabikin, I know, is consistently within top 100, teeters in and out of there sometimes. Double Mad, a very high profile competitor in and of itself, made a fight. He's fought the best. I mean, let's count it. Double Mat fighting, D Mart, Double Mat also. Had fought who I haven't seen in a while, but Matty Ice. So he is a big name competitor and constantly is looking for a challenge, not ready to take the easy road. So we're looking forward to seeing him as he continues to move forward within the ESFL and he tries to overcome DG Davikin, who is, in my opinion, a tremendous counter striker. Now, let's see. This is what I have to do. There we go.
Speaking of like the next fight we're going into, I mean, both guys are vets. They definitely have the striking game going. They have definitely won before. There's a lot of things that they could possibly do. So, whether going to the ground game, to the striking game, there's really no weaknesses in their game. They go to their fight caps, they study the tapes, they are ready for anything of the lights and possible unpredictability when it comes to these fights.
For sure. So these guys are more than just strikers, and that's what's going to make this very interesting. And it looks like we have our fight ready to go, squared away. Double Mat selecting George St. Pierre and Dabikin going with Nick Diaz. This should be something spectacular.
It should be really something. I'm really excited for this fight. I mean, whenever you have a Nick Diaz in an ESFL fight, something big is going to be happening. And especially with a St. Pierre, I mean, we know the history in real life. But the fact that they're going into this fight as St. Pierre and Diaz going 2-2 in their overall ring championship standings, I mean, this fight's going to be awesome.
For sure. I'm very interested to see if we can continue to watch Nick Diaz. If he can move forward with Nick Diaz's jab and straight pressure, because let's just be real, his boxing is phenomenal. He's so fast with his hands. And if Double Mat is going to be able to avoid that and get that man to his ass.
Well, I mean, we are almost ready to go. They're doing introductions. Nick Diaz, Mr. 205. I mean, this guy, Nick Diaz, I mean, his perks are like some of the best in the game.
26 wins, 2 losses.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely, they are. And we're going to be looking at his stamina control. We're going to be looking at his speed. And then George St. Pierre being the best welterweight right now, in my opinion, within the welterweight division. I mean, that's probably everyone's opinion. He's the only thing he needs to be worried about is his 87 or 88 chin health. That's all. Other than that, his holes in his game are not very existent.
Yeah, I mean, when you talk about George St. Pierre, I mean, he's great at striking, but his ground game is what's like the huge thing about him. His ground game is amazing in UFC. So the fact that we're able to see this against Nick Diaz, this is going to be one heck of a fight. Hopefully, we get the title screen going. Here we go.
Touch gloves. Nice respect. Double Mat moving forward aggressively. Nice slip.
Matt in the red gloves using George St. Pierre, and Dabikin using Nate Diaz in the blue gloves, live here on ESFL 57, live on Twitch and on YouTube. Welcome, guys, for joining us.
Very nice jab
phone booth time, and
very nice jab uppercut again to the body.
By Double Mat right there. I mean, great moves.
Experiencing a little bit of lag.
Gets hit with a huge uppercut by Dabikin.
Very nice counter. Straight uppercut from Nick Diaz, played by Dabikin. That is great. And a very nice stuff of the takedown attempt.
Sub by the takedown by Dabikin. Double Mat, we know from his previous fights that he's great on the ground. He knows what he wants to do, and the fact that he got stuffed with that's going to cause a huge problems as long as he stays away from the rocks.
Oh, for sure. And right now, it looks like Double Mat is very focused on making sure that he can put Dabikin on his ass, but it's not working. And very nice. Going to single collar. Knee to the body from Double Mat, and an uppercut followed up from Dabikin. Nice break. And they're back at it.
Very nice break, but again, going for a ride again. Number 5 of the event. Double Mat with a huge takedown now. Trying to go for a crucifix. Gets denied. Looking for that position, but right now, being a half guard, maybe he postures up. That could be a good situation, trying to take that stamina down of Nick Diaz, because we know he has so much of it.
Absolutely, and you do not want to be in the full guard of Nick Diaz with that rubber guard capability and his submissions. I mean, he's not necessarily looking to go for that. Dabikin is looking to block right now, trying to think. But very nice hammer fist for Double Mat. And let's see Double Mat if he's going to go for more pressure of the ground going forward within these 3 more rounds coming up.
Yeah, and you can see the flying knee attempt. That was a very risky move by Double Matt was able to get something, but look at the stamina of Dabikin. Even though the block gates was low for Double Matt, he needs to be careful, but he hits a huge right hook on Double Matt. Diaz is on the prowl, but oh, a huge head kick by Double Matt. Here we go. Less than 1 minute left in the first round, and a great takedown by Double Matt. Will he go for a crucifix right here?
But he gets pushed with the up transition for half guard. What a great virtual fight. We saw a tremendous slip straight combination, and he's going for an arm triangle from half guard. Nice arm triangle.
Submission attempt. This is a 5-gator. Nate Diaz needs to do something. He needs to get out of it. He's been able to submit guys before. Dabikin, a little bit of trouble, but doesn't get it. He gets out of it with less than 3 seconds left. That's the end of the first round. What a whirlwind. We saw head kicks. We see uppercuts, a lot of takedowns. That's what you want to see in an ESFL fight, Don.
Absolutely. And we saw 2 stuns from Dabikin's side and 1 knockdown plus about 2 to 3 takedowns from Double Matt. Double Matt looking to continue to get this back on the ground, and we're going right back into the action. Nice respect from Diaz as this continues. Very nice to crack him as he was going for that left slip. Very nice from Dabikin. And Double Matt right now looking a little bit frazzled as he gets hit again. He's looking to try to find his range, but it doesn't look like he is. And Double Matt is wearing on that block and is landing numerous hooks and uppercuts along with the straight after he's breaking the block. And again, going for a front kick, but is not in range.
And you can see that right now, a huge rock by Double Matt. It's just rock'em sock'em robots right now as we are seeing uppercuts being landed on both opponents. But Double Matt, a little bit of whiff right there, trying to find his range a little bit. But Nick Diaz, I mean, Dabikin, for push kick, nice high kick right there. Yeah, and you can see that stamina fairly low. Double Matt's going to be looking for that as he goes for a preemptive slip right there. And it seems like the uppercut is the move of the event, Don.
It really does, man. Everybody keeps landing that. What I'm very interested to see if Double Matt is going to take advantage of when Dabikin overstrikes, and him in of itself is landing his own counters. Very nice jab hook from Double Matt and a very nice jab uppercut as they fight in the pocket here.
Ooh, and you can see that double slip right there. Oh my goodness!
And that right there was what I was mentioning earlier. He was looking to see, and
kick, that might be it.
Would be the fight. Dabikin
Double Matt with the victory. Huge head kick by Double Matt. Double Matt was able to fulfill the trades. He was able to get the benefit of those. And those head kicks were deadly by George St. Pierre as the slip comes through and just gets blasted with a massive head kick. Don, that was incredible.
Absolutely, I completely agree with you. He was looking to land that only in special situations. He didn't throw it much. So when he did actually throw it, it was effective. And the 2 times that he had landed was all he needed. One was the first knockdown. The second was the finish of the fight. And GSP, this right here, is why he is the ultimate welterweight. Great job from Dabikin. Great job from Double Matt to keep his composure, find his range, and make it work. Great job, gentlemen. What a great fight and wonderful knockout from Double Matt. Double Matt moving to 2-2, and Dabikin being 1-2 now in the ESFL.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, both of these guys have nothing to feel bad for. I mean, sure, there had to be one winner, but both guys put on a show. It's just a matter of who prepares a little bit more and has the advantage on that fight night. And when you look at it, I mean, Double Matt, Georges St. Pierre with those head kicks, with those strikes, able to recover from the rocks from earlier beginning and just fight alongside, fight against Nick Diaz as DG Dabikin. I mean, what can you say more? Both guys are winners, are in my book.
For sure. Dabikin showed that his striking is still not to be messed with. His ground game was great, and he was able to avoid negative positioning throughout that. And that right there is what you have to be able to do. I mean, especially against GSP. GSP is able to pressure you, put you on the ground with ease, And additionally, his power, his head movement within the game is phenomenal. So to see those slips, to see how aggressive he was with those slips, even after being rocked, was important and imperative as to how he got his victory here tonight. Dabikin overthrew just a little bit, and right there was all the mistake that he had to make until Double Mat was able to capitalize and be aggressive to move forward. And now I'm excited. What did you think about that one?
I'm super excited. I mean, 3 fights we had already. We finally saw a knockout decision right there. I mean, big moves. It only could tell us many more stuff is waiting to come. I mean, you have a fight coming up soon, like in the eighth spot where you're facing RM5K. So like, if these knockouts are happening, I mean, I can't wait for your fight because that's gonna be super crazy. But right now, we are waiting for the next fight link. We just need to have confirmation.
Right. Are we gonna go
Done.
back to Dev Raider? Yeah.
We might. We are still trying to figure out some things, but Don, highlights of the night so far.
So far, from what we have been able to see, we saw Unnoticed Legacy being very consistent with his takedowns against Luber Libre. You know, he was using that wrestling and the stamina breakdown of Kobe Covington to its fullest, especially against a brawler like Luber Libre. Sure, there was a few rocks, but then at the end, he kept on being the one that was able to pressure because he had the more stamina. He had more stamina. He was able to push the fight to his own pace after breaking down the stamina of Luber Libre. Then we moved forward from that and we went on to Lewis Evolution and Icy Pegasus. Lewis Evolution kept the center control within the octagon. Icy Pegasus doing very well to keep up. Started to gain quite a bit of momentum going toward the third round after landing a rock, then a knockdown on Lewis Evolution. But it was Lewis Evolution kept his composure, stuck to his game plan, and ultimately ended that fight with a lovely left hook knockout after breaking the block of Icy Pegasus. And then, of course, we just saw Double Mat going 2-2 in the ESFL with GSP's lovely stand-up offense and going for a combination that ended in a high kick to knock him out. Beautiful, beautiful performances from all of these individuals. I believe that Dev Raider and Mr. Meeseeks are ready to go. I think that's
Are
going to be
they
our next
ready to go?
match.
Do we have a link to it?
Yeah, I'll send it over real quick, but I'm in it right now. So I believe our next fight, which was one we just skipped, is going to be Mr. Meeseeks versus Dev Raider. So let me put that in right now.
Okay. Okay, so we're rewinding the clock a little bit. We're going back to our third fight that was scheduled for ESFL 57. Mr. Meeseeks versus Dev Raider.
Yes,
We
and now
also
I have a
have Mad Dog.
go for it. We also have Mad Dog
We
going
also
against. I'm so sorry. I'm so bad.
Right. It feels like we're all disoriented. The daylight savings time was yesterday. We just all need to be in the same link, and then we're all good. So what I was gonna say, Dev Raider is up next, and then coming up is Mad Dog versus Yasu's Hammer, which is gonna be coming up soon. But Dev Raider, if we could get the link, or I need the link because I think I'm the only one that's out of the loop.
In staff chat. Um, so as we're going forward and as this card is going to be beginning, we have two thoughts from both of these individuals. Dev Raider stating that it doesn't matter if he wins or loses, he just wants to put on a good show for you guys. And then Mr. Meeseeks actually talking about the fighting strategy of Dev Raider said that he believes that he is going to Dev Raider is going to leave his body open a lot, and that he's been working on his wrestling. So he's looking to wear down Dev Raider's stamina along while being Jimmy Rivera, in hopes that he's going to be able to move forward. And I am not seeing the same thing as anybody else. Oh wait, never mind.
All right, I got the link. I think we're ready to go, but I think they're at 5 rounds, possibly. I'm not entirely sure. All I see is the pause menu. Third round, so I think we're all good for this fight coming up. Dev Raider versus Mr. Meeseeks. I have the link as well. Are we all ready to go?
Inside of the stream, we're ready to go. Over here, I'm having a little issue with the latency on their stream, and they're already in the middle of the fight. It's at 4 minutes 30 seconds, at least from what I can see, because there's definitely issues within the side, and we see Dev Raider is on top of Mr. Meeseeks and is ground and pounding him. Mr. Meeseeks looking to definitely get himself out of this negative situation, but now he's in side control. Dev Raider on top of Mr. Meeseeks. I really hope that this is not completely off for the chat. But there goes Mr. Meeseeks getting up, and we'll see how he goes progressing forward. And
it seems like we're dealing with a little bit of action on their side. It's quality as we usually have in the ESFL, but it's all right. We could kind of see the fight. It seems like versus a huge uppercut with 3:15 seconds left in the first round. So I'm not really sure. Okay, it seems like Mr. Meeseeks is in the red gloves using Jimmy Rivera, and then we have gloves, TJ Dillashaw, and that's going to be Dev Raider.
Yes. And Dev Raider going for a lovely rock neck. I hope you guys saw it, or we might be time travelers, though that's okay. If we're time travelers, then, you know.
I think we got it. As a huge rock happens, oh my god!
That's the fight. Oh my god.
Dev Raider, huge hook to the right. Mr. Meeseeks down. We see the replay here. Boom! Lands a shot through the trade. Gets him down. Was able to finish it off. Jimmy Rivera, no TJ Dillashaw as the hooks just puts him to sleep. Huge win by Dev Raider, as it seemed like that was in the first round, and that was just his game plan was just to knock him out.
Yeah, I mean, and Mr. Meeseeks stating that he was going to have the body open, and that was going to be what he was looking to do. That might have been a negative game plan, especially against somebody like TJ Dillashaw, is a knockout artist and is very quickly able to do so. Unfortunate for Mr. Meeseeks as he moves 0-3, and Dev Raider going, I believe, to 2-0 or 1-1. So either way, positive. He has a win on his record. Congratulations, Dev Raider. You definitely put on a show. Unfortunate that our streams were not able to link up correctly. I highly recommend that you get Twitch. They'll make it a lot easier. Mixer's a little bit harder for us. But guys, we hope that you enjoyed the knockout at least, and that was good. And Qxlv, I apologize as well because
that knockout was amazing. I mean, Mixer is highly on the Xbox side, so it's always awesome to have Xbox people use Mixer because that's part of their platform, their way to stream. So we always appreciate it, even though we go through these little technical difficulties once or twice. But as we have the link up for the next fight, we are going to try to get straight into it. Now, we have another good fight. I mean, these guys are ranked in the ESFL. We have Mad Dog 7754 versus Yeshua and Hammer 13 and ring number 17, and they're going to be in the lightweight division, Don.
And that right there is going to make this all the more interesting. As of right now, we are awaiting for Yeshua to join within the actual invite of Mad Dog. So I'll send you over the link if you don't already have it. But this is set and ready to be a very good fight. Yeshua coming off of a win off of Lewis Evolution. He was so elated off of that win. He literally was in glee and he jumped in joy, and we heard it, and that was great. So we know his emotion was amazing. And Mad Dog coming off of a very close loss to Prodigies, and that right there came from a body kick. And Mad Dog literally is like an expert at that, so that was interesting. But both of these gentlemen are definitely high competitors and ready to go. Mad Dog being, I believe right now, 40 or 30, top 40 in the USC ranked online. And I can also check for Yeshua, but I just want to get those actual rank numbers as we are waiting for Mad Dog to come in. Mad Dog is ranked
while you're on it, I mean, these guys, like, ESFL, you're usually seeing a top 100 in ranked championships. I mean, these guys are the cream of the crop when it comes to competition in UFC 3. So when you're watching ESFL, you're seeing the best guys fighting the best, and usually it comes out to be excellent fights. I mean, Mad Dog, you say he was around the top 50, top 40s in ranked championships. I mean, he's using lightweight, and he's thinking about using a Khabib Nurmagomedov, if I can say his last name right. I mean, this could be a very excellent fight coming up. I mean, we see so many other guys going to lightweight. It seems like lightweight is the vision for ESFL 57.
100%. I mean, you got to take a look at why that is. I mean, you have Tony Ferguson, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, even Anthony Pettis to a point. I mean, that's a point though. um, these are all, for one, this division is filled with former champions, interim lightweight champions. It is a stacked division, and on top of that, it has everything anybody could want. You could be a top striker, you could be a top submission artist like RDA. You can be an aggressive wrestler with Khabib Nurmagomedov. And it looks like right now we're going to skip Mad Dog and Yeshua Hammer, and we're going to go to the next one, which is fine.
It seems like they are not ready to go. We still need to see their fire selection. So we are gonna switch to the next fight, which should be the upcoming Real Vav Ninja versus Suave Lav or Suave Lave, or
Yes.
I don't know how he pronounced it. I'm sorry if I butchered your name a lot. It's just really bad for me. But again, these guys have been in the ESFL. Suave Lav, I mean, he's a vet. He knows how to put in work. He's been in high cards before. I can't wait to see what he does in his next up and coming fight, Don.
Absolutely. And just to give you a little bit of a background behind Lave as he goes for it now, no longer Save, which is something we'll update later on. Lave, for one, is ranked 4 globally in the world right now, and going against Real Via Ninja, who is, I believe, 1-1 in the ESFL, if I'm not mistaken. We should definitely get those like written next to their name going forward.
0-1 in ESFL, and he's ranked 31.
And he's ranked 31 in the world right now. So that's not or ranked 31 in ESFL, because I don't know. Anyway, so
I mean, when we talk about Swala, I mean, these guys are like ranked up there. They're definitely ranked on the Xbox side. It's going to be really interesting how they put themselves into their fighters in the middleweight division. I mean, there's so many choices to go through when you're in the middleweight division.
Absolutely. And for one, the person I think everybody talks about in the middleweight division, Jacare Souza. Jacare Souza is
I mean, Jacare, I mean, his bottom submissions are amazing. And we've seen a lot of people in the ESFL use it. It's been absolutely amazing what Jacare Souza being ESFL has done to the fighters. I mean, it's been a great submission specialist, and he has knockouts for days if you want to use him that way. So he's an all-around mixed martial artist.
Oh, for sure. And his stamina of getting that boost after his last fight definitely increased his viability within the middleweight division. If you fight a Jacare Souza online, I know from me in personal experience, I'm always looking to see exactly what they will do, so to speak, because if you look at it, they could be coming at you with the stand-up. And then if they knock you down, you now have to worry about the submission. 99 submission offense, 99 submission defense. And as of right now, both of our fighters have selected Jacare Souza each. So this is going to be a mirror match in the middleweight division. And
we've seen mirror matches before in the ESFL. As we are starting on the first round, they're usually barn burners and amazing fights. So this one fight is going to be absolutely incredible, as we have Slav in the red gloves using the yellow trunks, Jacare Souza, and we have Ninja in the black trunks using the blue gloves. And again, as always, find the phone booth, trying to find their range. Nice little 3-hit combo by Lav right there.
Absolutely. And Lave is an extreme striker. He is so good at striking, but not only that, his grappling defense is one of marveling. If he gets you in a position where you're on top of him in half guard, you're not moving anywhere. He's extremely good at his grappling discipline. And as of right now, Review Ninja looking for a front kick, it gets slipped, but he also follows up with an uppercut, and that lands on Sabe. Great job from Ryu Ninja to also go to the body again with a
Unfortunately,
lovely
guys,
left hook.
we are about to have this stream up. We apologize for not having stream up, as a huge rock has happened for Suave. He gets a rock. We should have the fight up soon. We apologize for the circumstances right now. Missed
Absolutely.
only a rock. Ninja has been rocked once, under 3 minutes. Stream back up for you guys.
There we go. Yes. And Ryu Ninja
Welcome to the fight.
And
a huge slam by Ninja.
Great job. So in the first, and at the end of this, guys, if you are listening to us, we would like you to look at the stats just so everyone can see exactly what was going on by the numbers. But anyway, to continue and keep going forward, Ryu Ninja on top of Sabe, and sorry, Lave. Jesus, I'm the one who said that earlier. Anyway, Lave, and is so welcome to the ESFL, man. This is the day. It's all because of that the turning the clock forward, man. It made everyone lose sleep.
I mean, there's no sleep in the ESFL. I mean, this fight is going as we approach 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first round. Love gets a nice reversal going to half guard, but it gets put into a full guard situation. Now, you can see him trying to do these little feints, trying to get his way into a positioning where he could go into a little bit of a half guard. But right now, it just seems like a huge ground battle, as we expected with Jacare Sosa.
Absolutely. They're having a little bit of a stalemate here, but going into stack guard is Lave at this point, and he is definitely going to look to advance or maybe make his opponent fake, and really Ninja puts him with feet on hips, and now having Lave on top of him. This is bad. This is a bad position to be in right now.
It is very bad for Ninja, but he's going for a submission attempt. Here's a foregator. Is he going to have enough time? It doesn't seem like it, as there's 10 seconds left in the first round. Out of good damage, but it's not going to do. It might look good on the judges' scorecards, but it's not going to submit him. Good first round by Lav right there.
Absolutely. So if you guys got a quick peek at the judges, no, that's not the judges' scorecard. The first round stats, you would have saw that there was a rock from Lave on this side. And great job from Lave to go for that submission. It kind of is going to show what is to come within the next few rounds for these gentlemen. So I'm very excited to see how they both progress and move forward. And very nice straight hook and a great slip from Lave.
We're in the second round. Great slips are happening in the first minute of the second round. And you can see that head health is very low for Ninja. Love, I mean, you can see both guys trying to make a slip right there. Not really much. They are trying to figure out what move are they going to do next. As you see, they're just taking their time, and a nice little 4 combo trying to get that block gauge low as he attacks the body. Lavi, he's doing a lot of good stuff so far. Ooh, good 1-2 combo by Lav right there. Little jab, little hook with the same arm. As Ninja trying to move a little bit forward with that body kick, not really getting much, as the block gauge are working well for both guys, but that block gauge is low for Ninja. Lavi trying to find his range. You can see, oh, a huge uppercut and a right hook by Lave. Doing amazing things right now with a little over 3 minutes left in the second round. Lave getting another rock. Still fighting, but his back is to the cage. He needs to watch out for that. Just trying to work, trying to find his range. He's playing a little bit of chess right now, doing a double pivot.
Now
nice
I understand.
body change.
Now
Alright, you're back done. You're good.
Yeah, well, my fiance was sneezing. Anyway, so let's keep it moving forward. So right now we're looking at Lave, and Lave is doing his game plan. He is very good at countering in real time, making it so it's very difficult for his opponents to react. It's actually a video that their headliner Pryoxis put out. He strikes at counterpoints, but this right here is going to be amazing. A guillotine attempt coming from Jacare is always dangerous, and Lave is looking to take advantage of that little bit of a stamina tax that went on Review Ninja when he went and he countered his body lock high, and this looks like it
This
could
might be it. Oh, he almost gets it. That head health is low, and the fact that Lave is in a spectacular position in this half guard, I mean, this could be really good. I mean, he could try to go for a psycho choke, but gets forced back into the full guard. I mean, kudos to Ninja for actually getting out of that guillotine attempt. I mean, that was incredible.
Absolutely, and lesser fighters would definitely have been subbed by it. So he is 100% ready and prepared for the submission attacks coming from Lave, as he fakes the bottom and he gets denied after going forward for a second time. So now it looks like Lave is getting pushed back. Now it's feet on hips position, and Review Ninja is now up and ready to go. He goes for a jab straight, but misses, and he gets. Ooh,
oh my goodness!
Ooh, that would have been bad.
Usually, the last 10 seconds are the most dangerous because people feel like there's no risk when throwing a huge strike like that. So when he whiffed and that 1 second was left, that overhand could have changed the whole situation. But plays were going straight into third round. Touch of respect by both competitors. Ninja again in the blue gloves, and Lave with a huge rocker is in the red gloves. That block gauge is low.
This is beautiful. What a great offensive showing from Lave here tonight with that straight left hook, and goes for something fancy now with the spinning back kick high, which definitely, if that lands, is going to rock.
Yeah, so right you can see those two takedowns happen, and they both get denied. So not only as his head health is going down, his stamina is going down too. I mean, these push kicks can only do so much, but he needs to just take advantage of those. He needs to find those right strikes, and you can see Lave just working the body a little bit. Just hit him with some good uppercuts. And a huge straight by Lave. Lave, will he go for the set guard? He's going to let his opponent back up. He knows he's feeling confident on the feet. That block gauge is low.
And Lave. So is that health. Amazing. And great right there.
Catch by Lave with a head kick. Knocks him down again. Another rock.
That is beautiful.
And that is
What a great showing from Lave, showing why he is ranked 4 in the world. His stand-up cannot be denied. This right here shows that Lave is very serious, and we could be potentially looking at a #1 contender sometime.
I mean, Lave, I mean, he is a vet. He has put in the work, and you can see what he can do in the ESFL, in the virtual octagon. I mean, so many rocks in that round. I mean, you can see the straight was just connecting from him. When he got that cage animation, when he was knocked down, he was able to capitalize and just go for these strikes right here you see on the replay. And just huge congratulations on that victory. Good moves, Suave Lave, man.
Absolutely, and we're all very impressed with Lave's performance here tonight. And if we can take a little bit to run down exactly what was going on with that, because it looks like I'm up next, unless Mad Dog and Yeshua Hammer are ready to go. That's what it needs to.
I think we're gonna have one more fight before your fight, but let's continue talking about this last fight that we had. I mean, he put on a clinic. He was able to do the ground game. He was able to do so much that he wanted to do in that fight. It just seemed very clinical from just watching from afar. So it was really good. But Ninja, kudos to him for just surviving that onslaught. I mean, he almost got hit with a guillotine attempt, was able to get out of it. I mean, he was trying to do so much, and it just panned out for him. So congratulations to both fighters, Suave Lave with the win, Ninja for putting up the valiant effort. But right now, we are going to change gears into our next fight as we see Mad Dog is going to go against Hammer. We're winding the clock a little bit. We're going to another fight. Mad Dog versus Hammer. Hammer is going to go into the lightweight division with Nate Diaz. And we see Mad Dog. He's thinking about an Anthony Pettis. Now, I'm Anthony Pettis. I love this guy in real life, but actually, it seems like we're gonna have a Dustin Poirier pick. I mean, that's the standard ESFL pick in the lightweight division, so it's gonna be really interesting how they both plan out.
For sure. You got to consider that Nate Diaz's reach and his jab straight it comes out so fast. And that right there kind of allows him to pressure people forward. Dustin Poirier, of course, with his 91 stand up, 91 stamina, 91 health, is definitely ready and prepared for brawls, which is all that Nate Diaz is pretty much coming forward to do. Nate Diaz, with his stamina perks, allow him to be very effective in the third round. So you don't have to necessarily worry too much about overthrowing with him. But of course, don't overthrow with him. So right now we're seeing a 1-1 matchup, Mad Dog and Yeshua Hammer. Mad Dog actually, in boldness, stated that he doesn't care for Yeshua and believes he's a spammer. So that is some heat thrown by Mad Dog. And we're looking to see if he can back up those words as we move forward. He believes that this is definitely something that he could defeat Yeshua in the lightweight division. And let's see if Hammer can make it happen and bring forth the Hammer time.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, both of these guys. I mean, it seemed like there's already a little bit of bad blood between the two. Calling out a spammer comment. I mean, this is put up or shut up. Usually when the ESFL happens, I mean, it's time to put up or shut up when it comes to fight night. So we're going to see what the truth really is. We come in here with a lot of questions and we leave out with a lot of answers. And it seems they're in 5 rounds, and you can see they're probably going to need to change the 3 rounds. There's hopefully they...
Well, I made the same mistake last time. Let's hope that they realize what's going on and they change it.
hopefully they can hear us and restart the fight.
Mad Dog.
Put it 3 rounds.
All right, let's see if I can just reach out to him real quick.
Yeah, let's see if we could like get that all ready. Guys in the back are telling our fighters that it's only 3 rounds until the main fight card, which is Pryoxis versus Qxlv for the Xbox ESFL title. Qxlv is 2-0. I mean, that's going to be coming up in our main event. And also in the co-main event, Prodigies versus El Dino for the #1 contender fight in ESFL 57. So whoever wins that Prodigies versus El Dino fight is going to be fighting the winner of Pryoxis versus Qxlv, if I could get my letters right.
Dude, I do the same thing.
Thanks for coming up.
I do the same thing. Like it's tough to say, like, because you try to pronounce it before you start saying the letters. Like, it's just what it is. But anyway, Qxlv is ranked number 3 in the world right now. Pryoxis ranked number 2. Or actually, I think that might be, yeah, that's mixed up. It's Pryoxis ranked number 3. Q is ranked number 2 right now. And both of these are extremely great strikers. Q is a little more aggressive than Pry. Pry is very much a technical fighter in every facet, whether it be on the ground, whether it be in the stand-up. He is ready to go wherever the fight may take it, and he is 100% thinking ahead. So that is going to be
and looking far ahead, that's going to be a great main event. But right now, it's time to look at this fight. Right now, as we are in the first round, Mad Dog in the red gloves using Dustin Poirier, and we have Hammer in the blue gloves using Nate Diaz. Has a little track record. I mean, he's 0-1 in this fight card, so hopefully Hammer could break the streak and put a win column for Nate Diaz. We see so far just a little bit of a chess game, not really much in the phone booth. Going with a nice 1-2 combo, doing a little damage on the head health, as we see.
Mad Dog continues to go for that left leg kick to Nate. He obviously recognizes Nate Diaz's 80 leg health and 80 switch stance. That is a very...
a huge rock with the right. Oh my goodness, an uppercut! Is it over already? Oh my goodness!
Oh my god! Holy crap! What a tremendous performance from Mad Dog. He was going for the leg kicks, and then he opened up the top as put from Pryoxis, one of the top players in this game. If you go for the low, the upper will open. You go low, high will open up. You go for the body, the head will open up. And he completely utilized that game plan 100% backed up his words. Mad Dog, what a performance. That is the fastest knockout that we had of the night.
When you think of it, when you let the Mad Dog off his leash, bad things happen, and that was a quick first round knockout. I mean, that might be knockout of the night. I mean, that was just so quick. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. Absolutely 100%. And now I must depart from you, for I have to get my stream up, and it is time for me to fight.
Go take care of what you need to do. Let us know what the link is, and we will
Uh,
be ready to go. But have a good one. We will recap
yeah,
everything so far before we get this next fight going. As we just seen,
absolutely.
Mad Dog with 3 minutes and 28 left in the first round gets a huge knockout against Hammer. I mean, incredible knockout, huge move. That's going to be looking great in his ESFL record in his career. Huge, huge moves. Now, recapping the back of the card, we are approaching our halfway mark throughout this ESFL 57 again live on Twitch and YouTube. We thank you guys for coming here and watching this amazing event with us. Again, we start off with a bang. Unknown's Legus win against Luber Libre. And then our second fight, Lewis Evolution versus AC Pegasus, with a huge knockdown brawl against each other. Huge rocks going against each other. And then we saw Lewis Evolution taking apart Icy Pegasus in that second victory. And then we had Double Matt versus DG Dabikin. Double Matt able to put away Dabikin easily in that fight. Contest for Double Matt. And then we got back to Mr. Mixes versus Dev Raider, and we saw a good fight as Dev Raider was able to put it in on Mr. Mixes. I mean, he was able to win that in fantastic fashion. And then when you go on to Suave Lave, I mean, Suave Lave, he was able to do whatever he want in that contest. It was a good competitive fight. And then also we go back to the fight we just recently saw, Mad Dog versus Hammer. Mad Dog was able to be off the leash and just put it on Hammer as he gets a huge knockout. But again, we have so many fights left to go. We have 4 fights. We have actually because we have Ruthless Dawn versus Arum 5K. Now, when you look at this contest in the lightweight division between both of these guys, and we saw something amazing. I mean, Khabib for Ruthless Dawn has been a stable point in the lightweight division. I mean, he's a grappler. He's able to take some strikes and do whatever he wants. His favorite position is the crucifix. So it's going to be really interesting against M5K, who's going to try to put another win in his win column, trying to be 2-1. But right now he's 1-1, going against a tough competitor in Ruthless Dawn. We are live on YouTube and we are live on Twitch. So we thank you guys. We appreciate you. This is ESFL 57, the #1 fight capital in the world. And right now, we're going to see Khabib versus Ferguson. Now, when you look at this fight in the lightweight division, a lot of things can happen. It could be to the ground, it could go stand up. But right now, we're going to see some answers as we approach the first round. Now, again, the red gloves is Ruthless Dawn, my commentator in crime. 5K, and the blue gloves, and you can already see a driving takedown by Ruthless Command, taking him to the back of the cage. But going to the clinch, but nothing happening. He's just gonna let go. Now we're going back to the striking. And you can see Iron 5K try to go for the body a little bit, and you can see he's moving his right stick a little bit, trying to prevent the takedowns because he knows those are coming. He knows the tape of Ruthless Dawn. But he's getting hit with some huge shots right now. Iron 5K is trying to put on him with a spinning back fist, but gets taken down. Now here's where Ruthless Dawn is comfortable in with a Khabib. This is usually Khabib time. Trying to go to the half guard, doesn't really get it. Trying to do some work on the body. But we see the stack guard position. Out of this, he doesn't. It gets put into a half guard position. Usually you want to stand up and posture up, trying to attack the body a little bit, but he's just going to go to a top mount. Back to a half guard. And right now, we're going to see mostly a ground battle. I mean, these are guys that are comfortable in the ground game. There's a level of expertise when you get into ESFL with the ground game. So it's something that you really need to take a lot of lab work, a lot of practice to be really good in the ground. That guard is looking really good for Ruthless Dawn. He's denying all these transitions, going to where he wants to go, especially in that half guard position. But a nice reversal by our own 5K. And he's going to take this back standing up. He knows he's been having success with those strikes. He got that head health a little bit lower than his. Knee attempt, but he gets the brunt of that attack, not really connecting. But here we go. Ruthless Dawn showing he has some hands with Khabib. A 2. Oh, now it's just a roll. Oh, a huge rock with the hugs by Ruthless Dawn. Ruthless Dawn going on attack mode. Front head kick. Are you kidding me? What? As with the Dawn, you get the Mafia. Oh my goodness. That's why they call him Ruthless. Kick to a knockout. Ruthless Dawn, you better get in the booth because that was insane, my dude.
What's going on, guys?
Is that all you have to say? That's all you have to say after that knockout? Are you kidding me? Taking away the knockout of the night?
Yeah, I was actually freaking out at first. I'll be very honest. I was very nervous. ESFL pre-fight jitters are very real. And I was also pissed off because I kept it as a 5-rounder. But anyway, absolutely. For one, Khabib, I typically online have been starting to use, and it's going to be funny to say this, but Clay Guida. I've been using C+ fighters online so that I can start getting myself accustomed to fighting and overcoming challenges. And when I finally was ready to go, and when I use like someone like Khabib, it's almost like hyper mode. Like everything is just 100% better.
Yeah.
So I want to thank my opponent. Absolutely.
I just want to go back to the tell of the tape. I mean, in the first round, it seemed like you were getting hit with a lot of shots. Your head health was really low at one point, but then when you start getting those takedowns and start getting comfortable in your whole game plan, it just seems like you were really back in your mode and shaking off those little ESFL jitters that everyone has so much.
Absolutely. And it's funny. And just to call you, Mr. Chicken, why don't you come into the ESFL on PS4 or on Xbox, and we can talk about those pre-fight jitters, but that's why I'm ruthless. Anyway, but it was more so because the commentary thing. But once I did get comfortable, I was ready to go. Yeah. Anyway, so let's get moving on to the next fight. I think that's going to be a good one.
I mean, we said a lot about your fight, but now it's time to go on to the next one, and that next one is going to be EK Elitist versus T4H Recognize. I mean, this could be a very big fight. Like a lot of things could go right in this fight. A lot of things can go wrong too. I mean, there's a lot of things that could possibly happen in this fight.
Oh, for sure. I mean, let's just look at the little bit of the tail of the tape for both of these gentlemen, as both of them are top 100 ranked players. To get started, let's look at EK Elitist, where he's at currently right now, within the top 100. I gotta find him. That's what happens when you have to scroll down and everything.
It's a middleweight matchup.
Yeah, the link should be in Fight Live notifications. We should be all good as they are trying to do the tell of the tape. Sosa and Nick Diaz being the fighters.
Yep, just to make sure we're on the same stream time, because he's changing the volume, and they're doing tail of tape. All right, we're good.
Yep, and we see the commentating being taken down.
Yep. Okay, I think we're all at the same time. It's the unfortunate thing, but we're very happy to support Xbox players in the ESFL. So, unfortunately, if you have to use Mixer, it takes a little bit technical, but I believe this is going to be a good quality. Let's
absolutely. I mean, the first round is about to start. We see T4H Recognize in the red gloves, and we say Edis in the blue gloves using Diaz again. And I have to say, Diaz seems to be the ESFL pick right now for this fight card.
Oh, absolutely. He is one of the most dominant fighters, whether it be in welterweight or whether it be in middleweight, because of his stamina and his striking speed. He makes it very difficult for other opponents when he is constantly moving forward and throwing hands and throwing pressure at people. Makes you it makes it very difficult to move forward and actually pull off some offense. EK Elitis, for one, is very known for putting forth constant pressure as well. So this is his entire game plan coming forward.
Yeah, and you can see both guys are just swinging for the fences. We see a lot of hooks being thrown, and that head health is getting low for Recognize right now. EK Elitis is finding his shots right now as he's changing up his levels a little bit, going for the body, going for the head health, not fully forcing his way to be aggressive. And we see a little bit of slow-mo, a little bit of Matrix right there, but right now, EK Elitis pretty all right now so far, Don.
Absolutely. Right now, EK Elitis has already dropped T4H's head health down, and that's right there what he needs to be careful of. His block health and his head health are both rather low, while Nate Diaz is kind of just sitting there. He might be overthrowing a bit, but he's ready and willing to do so because he knows he's doing damage and he knows he's connecting and breaking the block and landing on the chin over and over.
It's just a little risk for reward when you use that stamina to do out these long strike combos. And right now, Recognize his head health is low, but EK Elias, he's trying to get some strikes in. I mean, it's looking really good as we see both guys using their jabs to find their range a little bit. Trying to go for an uppercut, whips a little bit. That's the dangers of being in the same side of the stance. So when sometimes you don't have that stance advantage, you don't get hit. But he gets the rock right there as he gets the right hook. Tries to go for an uppercut. Change momentum to Recognize.
That was a great hook, man. And I believe he caught him off the sway to the left from Elitis. And very good return.
Oh, wait! Rock for Elitis! Elitis on the prowl! That blockade is low! Back to the cage!
Beautiful performance. As he continues to move forward.
Beautiful performance indeed.
Again with the
rock. Elitis! He's charging forward. 33 seconds left. He can't use all of his stamina unless he gets the danger of getting rocked. A little risk for reward.
Absolutely. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Okay, so now that round is done, I definitely need to resync. So I'm going to refresh. Hopefully that works. Because I'm a little ahead.
All right, make sure your low latency is unchecked. Refresh, do what you got to do. But what a round by both of these competitors, both getting huge rocks. EK Elias using a lot of his stamina. He knows he has Nate Diaz to help him out. And look at that stamina gain that he got. I mean, he lost a little bit, but it's still beneficial when you throw that many strikes and you have all that stamina still left. As we approach 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
Very nice body kick from T4H. I might still be ahead a little, even though it's unchecked. Okay.
All right, no problem. We see a couple of strikes thrown by Recognize. Elitas coming back, trying to change his levels, but a nice slip attempt by Recognize. So uppercut's not really doing well, but that blockade is low. Huge rock. Diaz on the prowl, but that stamina's still low. For those rocks, starting to get that fatal knockout blow, but it's not working. Now he needs to be careful about the stamina. That's a lot of stamina, and that takedown could change the whole fight.
Absolutely, and Elitis is known for coming out of the gate and just pushing forward, constantly changing levels and constantly looking to just get counters.
Oh, huge rock! Huge rock by Elitis!
Absolutely, and Recognize, very smart to back up.
Oh, another rock! His back is the cage. He can't slip as much. But Elitis falling back a little bit. He's just taking these points, but gets another rock. 3 straight rocks in a moment. Who's left? Hook didn't land it, but the slip. Recognize needs to do something here. His blockade is low. He needs to win some of these trades. It's not working to his benefit, but he gets a nice hook. Now he's turning on the gas a little bit.
Very nice straight.
Feel the tension. You can feel the pressure. EK Elitis, he's been getting a lot of these rocks, but does he have enough stamina to knock Recognize down. Recognize has all the stamina in the world. He just needs to come forward and find his reach. Oh, but gets hit while he's going for an uppercut.
And that right there is the...
And his X.
That's the end. I don't like
fight.
this time But anyway, that is a great performance from Qxlv. It was definitely becoming more worrisome as the second round was coming to a close, but he finishes off the show. My goodness, how many rocks was that? About 6 or 7? He was going forward, man, and he was biting on the mouthpiece and moving forward. And virtual mouthpiece, that is.
You get to see the fight cards, the fight stats at the end of this whole thing, because I really want to see how many rocks that was. It seemed like there was like at least 6 or 5 rocks that Nate Diaz was able to do. I thought his stamina was going to be a huge detriment going in the second round, and I don't think we seen one takedown that last round. Done? Did we even see one?
Absolutely. You know, I don't think there was any knockdowns.
Absolutely.
I was about to, yeah, but no, because I was thinking of another fight I saw with him, but no, there was no knockdowns. Because I have it written down because I was taking notes, but no knockdowns. Just all rocks. That was pretty much it.
Just all rocks, but like I was surprised to not see Zachary Sosa do a takedown in one of those moments. It seemed like he had the stamina advantage. It just didn't pan out. He wanted to keep on standing, and it's detriment, but huge win, and we can see the fight stats here. Wow. 8 stuns and wobbles, 1 knockdown, and no takedowns for Zachary Sosa in trouble. So he just wanted to keep it stand up. And the total strikes landed 92 to 54 and 31 significant strikes for Qxlv compared to T4H's recognizes 12. So huge difference in the matter of fight stats, Don.
Absolutely, and if you look at that again, Qxlv understood that if he can continue to press forward, he got this fight into his game plan. Jacare Sosa on the ground is a threat. T4H recognized on the ground as a threat, and to know that Nick Diaz was able to utilize Nick Diaz. He may have overthrew a little, but he backed it up before it became detrimental, and that's all that matters. And what a great performance from Qxlv! Truly a performance worthy of a knockout like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you talk about all these fights, anything is possible, and we just saw another great show. I think that's our like 3rd straight knockout that we had in these ESFL fights. I mean, it's been a crazy knockdown brawl by like all these fighters. It's been incredible.
Absolutely, and we look forward. And just to kind of do a little bit of recap over the last fights that we had just seen. To back up, this whole card has been pretty much stacked. We saw Unnoticed Legacy with the first round stamina pressure against Luber Libre, Lewis Evolution coming back, fighting through adversity and staying calm. Dev Raider ending Mr. Meeseeks within the first round using TJ Dillashaw. Double Mad using GSPs and the high kick. We're getting a bunch of knockouts. We're getting a bunch of phenomenal knockout from Mad Dog. That was great. And again with Lave as well doing his knockout. This is a knockout night. It truly is. It truly is.
Yeah, absolutely. But before we just recap a little bit more, I just want to make sure that you get the link that we have the next fight, and they're at the fighter selection. As we are going to go into another excellent fight that's going to be happening. We have Scare Bear versus EK Elite Legend. I'm going to put the link there for you down below so we could get that going.
Let's see.
It seems like it's going to be in the lightweight division. No, welterweight division. And we're possibly going to see a Darren Till pick. Very, very interesting.
This is going to be very good. This is a different change of pace. And now just to give a little bit of a detail on both of these men as they're both top 100 fighters. EK Elite Legend is, I believe, let me just find him. I know he's top. EK Elite Legend is 12 in the world right now. Scar Bear. Good to know. Scar Bear, I know he is also top 100. Is...
Do you have the link? Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that.
No, that's fine. We're all trying to get ready. We got low latency off. We're ready to go. This is on again, Scare Bear versus Legend. Now, we just got some interesting notes from the back. Now, it's been rumored or been told that Legends wants Pryoxis after he gets this win. So that's some big words that he wants to come after the champ, possibly if he gets that win. So that's a huge call out.
Absolutely, and for him to be fighting Scarbear, if he can get past Scarbear, they've never fought before within both of their aggressive stand-up styles. He definitely may have ground to say so. Now, of course, that also depends because we have after this number one contender fight. But I would definitely be interested to see what Pryoxis has to say in regard to the call out from EK Elite Legend.
mean, when you're in the ESFL, you try to do everything to make yourself stand out because you're fighting like for a bunch of people in Twitch and YouTube in the ESFL. You're on the spotlight. So the way that you're trying to make a name out, trying to call people out, this is what you want to do if you're in the ESFL. And I can't wait. If he gets this done, I really am intrigued to see what Pryoxis thinks about this. It's going to be really interesting. But again,
Right.
Scarbear, he's no slouch. He is
Absolutely
no
not.
slouch, and he's going to be put on a fight.
For sure, he's ready. He's going to be coming at Nick Diaz is controlled by Elite Legend, and that's exactly why he chose Darren Till, because he is prepared to move forward, land counter strikes, take out the leg of Nick Diaz. But as we begin this fight right now, this is now it's time to put up or shut up. If you're calling out the champ, you need to put a showing on. Let's see how this goes.
All right.
And
All
he
right,
taunts right away. Oh, he is a cocky man.
So it just started for me. Do you have low latency off?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh. I'm refresh as well. Again, Nate Diaz is gonna be the choice. Nick Diaz actually, and then Darren Till, and it's 4:06 left in the first round as we are on the ground. On the ground. I mean, he's a counter puncher. He has side terror level 2. What game plan they're trying to implement in this type of fight? I mean, Scarbear, he's taking advantage right now, Don.
Absolutely. And Scarbear is, my goodness. I really don't like that the stream is behind. I gotta fix that.
Unfortunately, the stream quality is not on our side; it's on their side. So we apologize if it's a little bit pixelated. But so
What's
far,
your, I'm at 3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm at 3 minutes too. So we're all synced up. Scarbear is taking control with Nick Diaz in the red gloves, and he goes to a half guard position. Changes are happening for Darren Till, but like not really doing much as we are in a side saddle right now. Scarbear fully taking control right now.
Actually, that's Elite Legend. He's on top. He's getting Scarbear is the
Hey, Legend, see, I couldn't see the name, so I just assumed.
no, that's okay.
Right.
That's okay. And that is a great reversal from Scarbear. Now let's see if he can capitalize. Now he is also in a dangerous situation being on the defensive end from Nick Diaz, and it looks like he's getting reversed himself. Great job from EK Elite Legend. What wherewithal.
You can see this is going to be a ground fight battle between two guys that want to make a name for themselves. Again, Scarbear is in the blue gloves using Darren Till, and we have EK Elite Legend.
Triangle.
Here. Triangle choke. It was a 4-gator, but gets out of it. In the red gloves using Nick Diaz. And a little bit of Matrix action right here as a little bit slow motion, but right now, a little bit of lag right there.
Just a
Guys
tad.
are on the ground.
Very nice to transition to half guard.
And it seems like, is your stream still going?
Yeah, mine. They're still
Mine's a little
going.
chippy. I'm gonna refresh it again, see if we can get it all.
No problem. Right now, I'll keep moving then. Right now, EK Elite Legend, and moving forward, Getting some ground and pound on Darren Till here. Good job from Darren trying not to, Scarborough not trying to get taken out with that ground and pound.
Yep. And so far, that first round, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, Darren Till, there is a lot of good reversals in that ground game so far. Hopefully, we see a little bit less in the second round. Let's have to see, Don.
Absolutely. So as of right now, I don't see any time yet. They're about to start the second round.
Okay. Yep.
All right. So we're linked. We're synced up.
I think we're synced. I'm just gonna refresh again because I want to make sure that we're all good. Just tell me like what time we're on.
Yeah, no problem. Right now, from what I can see, we're just at this. They're at a loading screen, and they're just about to get started. So we're about to be at 5 minutes.
Okay, all right. I think we're synced up. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one, so I make sure I'm like fully synced up with you.
No problem. So as of right now, we have Darren Till. He's moving forward, and he's trying to make it work. He's getting countered with a jab hook because Elite Legend, knowing the distance, and he's using it well. Very nice body kick from Elite Legend as he continued to move forward and is pressuring, as we've seen all night from Nick Diaz. But very nice leg stop. That was great from Scarborough as he continues to try to fight his way into the center of the octagon. Nice sway to get out of the way of that punch, but very good straight from Elite Legend following a nice three-piece that he had just let off in his face. And they're fighting in the pocket here.
Yeah, it seems like a very good body kick by Scarborough right there.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
very good uppercut
good
off of the exchange.
Synced up now as like EK Elite Legend try to mix up the levels a little bit. But right now in center of the octagon. A couple of minutes left. Oh, nice, a huge uppercut.
Beautiful.
Cut by Elite Legend. See Scarborough, he's trying to throw some strikes, trying to get some distance away from EK Elite Legend. It just seems like they're just gonna be fighting a phone booth, Don.
Absolutely, and that right there is what these two probably expected, both being strikers. But you're seeing Darren Till, he's not able to get his range. Darren Till likes having longer range strikes, but also Darren Till has very much a lot of power. And Scarborough, and we are slowing down. And we're back up.
My stream has gone to a halt. Hopefully, seems like we're back. There's 2:10 left, 2:08.
2:06, 2:05. Yep,
we're
yep,
time
yep.
traveling a little bit.
We are definitely time traveling, which is fine. As we continue to go through time traveling and the warps of everything, we'd like to thank you guys for watching the ESFL on YouTube and on Twitch. We appreciate it, and we're sorry for the latency. But back to the action. It looks like it's speeding up. We're seeing Darren Till pressing forward on Elite Legend. Very nice straight hook from Elite Legend to back off the pressure from Darren Till. But Scarborough is starting to break down the block of Elite Legend. Let's see if he can actually capitalize on this.
Yeah, and you can see Elite Legend just having his back to the cage. He's not really trying to force out much. Ooh. But he gets rocked right there. Darren Till Scarborough, he might have a shot, but he's using a lot of stamina. Very much of that stamina is going down, and when you're going against a Diaz, that could always be trouble.
Absolutely. If he had just went for the body there for striking instead of going for that grapple, he definitely would have gotten that rock and possibly have ended the fight. But
and you can see right EK Elite Legend, after those two whiffs by Scarborough, he's going on the attack. You see him pushing forward, and you see Scarborough, his back is to the cage now. He had the advantage, but now, after those two whiffs and you losing all that stamina, as it goes to the final 10 seconds of the second round, huge,
and this, absolutely, and this is something very interesting, is that we saw Elite Legend very much push forward and being aggressive within the first round. He got it to the ground, and then now in the beginning of the second round, he was pushing forward as well. Now, toward the end of that second round, you saw Scarborough moving forward, got a rock himself, and that came from a block break. So as at this point right now, we could possibly be looking at something that's a 1-1. Now, that would be if it's a split kind of thing, because I mean, I've been playing this game for so long, man. So at the end of the day, it all comes down to the judges virtually. But for me, it definitely could be on some judges' scorecard a 1. However, definitely still feel that Elitist is ahead. And as we come to this third round, Elitist just standing there. Never mind. Okay, he's back. We're good. So Scarbear is.
We changed links from the previous stream. We're going to a different stream, and it looks a lot better. And a huge rock guy here.
Absolutely, the DJ Legend. That was okay. That makes sense.
Huge rock on an Elite Legend. Oh my goodness! But that's stamina. That's gonna be a huge problem for Scarbear.
100%, and very nice knee from Scarbear to back up. Now he looks like he's doing quite a bit of pressure as we're slowing down, slow-mo. This is great. Get the lunge from Nick, and we're at a halt, and we're back, and we're okay.
Make sure, guys, when you're live streaming, please no music. We don't. We want to make sure we don't get copyrighted and all that stuff. But so far, it seems like we're having a little bit of trouble. Does it seem like it's for you?
It's now moving forward. You got Elite Legend on top as Scarbear pushes him off with a get up from top mount position negative. But very nice slip straight from Nick Diaz's Elite Legend. That was beautiful. And now this right here was why he was being patient.
Oh,
he has all the stamina in the world to continue to push forward. We're at 2 minutes and 50 seconds here. Can Darren Till come back? Yeah, it's interesting. I can tell you that much.
Just try to refresh as we see Darren Till getting hit with a huge body kick right there. Legend trying to figure out his way. Straight again, he almost got it, but not to the detriment of getting a rock. 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Ooh, that could have been bad if he had connected after those 2 jabs and straight.
Absolutely, Don.
Nice.
I mean, if he's able to get that, I mean, a good body kick by Scarbear, but nothing really happening so far for both competitors. They're just trying to make sure they get the right strike. But oh, a huge straight. Legend. Elite trying to find the dagger in this fight, but an overhand by Till. He left in this third round. Both guys are giving it their all. Everything.
Very
It's
nice
been a
takedown.
tough situation.
I think we're off base again, but I'm just gonna call it as I see a very nice takedown. And he's going for Kimura right now. This is a 5-gate sub attempt, and this right here could be detrimental for Scarbear because he has no stamina. EK Elite Legend has pretty much full stamina, and Scarbear, very lucky, is able to get out. And rubber guard attempt from Nick Diaz. He's got it, and he's able to get out there until that is. And he goes for a triangle to end off the fight.
Only 15 seconds left. But he won't get it. I think it's going to go down to the judges' scorecards as that fight is over. See, hopefully, and a result has been made. As that was a very tough fight to call for both fighters, if you think about it.
Absolutely. I mean, it is what it is. This is a in-house production and everything, and we do what we can to make it work. So it is what it is. And I think that
we're about to hear the official decision between EK Elite Legend and we're not going to hear it. EK Elite Legend gets the victory. And as he called out Pryoxis, so we'll probably see what happens. Hopefully we get a better situation when it comes to streaming. Best, again, guys, no music, 3 rounds. Just try to keep the stream clean as possible. But still, EK Elite Legend getting a good win.
100%. He was very smart with his stamina control. I definitely feel like if he had aggressed a little bit more and the fight wasn't taken to the ground, he probably could have even ended it with a knockout, especially with the amount of rocks that we had saw from him on both sides. Actually, there was about 2 from Darren Till and I believe about 4 or 5 from Nick Diaz's Elite Legend. And we want to thank both of those fighters for producing a great matchup. And we apologize to the viewers for the a little bit of disconnect with commentary on that one. However,
Again,
it is
it's live. It's full.
yeah.
It's a part of the fight game. We try to do our best, but regardless, that fight is over. Fights left in ESFL 57. I mean, these are the two main fights that we all want to see. I mean, but before we even get into our next competition, let's just run down what these two fights like, what they represent, Don. I mean, Prodigy's El Dino, what do you guys say about that fight?
So for one, Prodigies is a very very strong fighter in almost any sense of the word. He finds a way to win. El Dino, I've only actually fought twice. However, after watching a few of his fights beforehand, he is particularly good with striking. I would like to see a little bit more come this fight. I'm not too savvy when it comes to that portion. From in regards to exactly where he shines, because I don't get to fight him much. And I think he's one of those. He's 37 in the world right now. His favorite fighter is Adesanya. So I could definitely see him continuing to progress forward. I'm wondering, where is this fight happening in the division? I just have to
We're still
clarify.
getting we're getting instructions into the trying to see if we can get this link. We'll just recap. Why don't you recap the fight card while we try to figure out what's happening in the background?
No problem. So let's go and take another list for all of you guys. For one, how are you guys liking this card so far? Let's get some hypes within the chat. We do what we can. And we're very excited for the co-main event coming up. And then, of course, our main event, Pryoxis versus Qxlv, the number 3 versus number 2 in the world. I'm definitely excited. But let's do a quick rundown. For the first fight within this card, we had Unnoticed Legacy taking victory with a unanimous decision over Luber Libre using Kobe Covington. The second fight on this card, we saw Lewis Evolution get a third round finish on Icy Pegasus after fighting back through some counter adversity. And he executed his game plan very well. Good job to Lewis. Then we skipped forward and we went to Double Mat versus DG Dabakin, and Double Mat able to pull out the victory with a high kick finish this after his second knockdown of using GSP while Dabakin was using Nick Diaz. Then we went back to see Mr. Meeseeks versus Dev Raider. Dev Raider wanted to put on a show for you guys, and he certainly did with a first round knockout against Mr. Meeseeks using TJ Dillashaw against Jimmy Rivera. Then we continue to go forward with Lave versus Real via Ninja, and that one was a great one at that. Jacare Souza versus Jacare Souza mirror match. Lave showing why he's ranked number 4 in the world, showing that his stand-up striking, no matter whom the fighter he is too good to deny. Fantastic job from Lave. Then we headed back over to Mad Dog versus Yeshua Hammer. Mad Dog finishing Yeshua Hammer with Dustin Poirier after going for numerous leg kicks in the first round because he had opened up the top head of Hammer, and he ends it spectacularly. Next, we had my fight with, and I'm Ruthless Dawn with
The knockout of the
Arm.
night. I'm gonna give it that. That was the knockout of the night. That was incredible. That was insane.
Well, we had my fight with Arm 5K, and I was Khabib Nurmagomedov, and that was a good fight nonetheless. And again, thank you to Arm for fighting me. And ended with a front kick to the face, and that was still very good. And then we finally just moved over to EK Leaders versus T4H. Recognize that right there was a pretty decent bout. We saw EK Leaders moving forward, constant pressure from using Nick Diaz against Jacare Souza in middleweight. And again, like I mentioned, That could have been very detrimental to Elias had he not finished it at the end of the second, but he did, and he had thrown over 295 strikes when landing 91, but they all counted, and it was just that kind of forward pressure that EK Elias thrives at, and that is why he is a top threat inside of the ESFL. Great job to both of those two gentlemen for their fight. Lastly, we just had EK Elite Legend and Scar Bear go at it. EK Elite Legend taking the decision victory over Scar Bear's Darren Till while using Nick Diaz. At first, we had saw great. Thank you. We just got our link. At first, we had saw the forward pressure in the ground game from Elite Legend. Then we had saw him mix it up and become more patient. In the third round, he was letting it fly, and he had rocked Darren Till numerous times. And that right there is what you call a well-rounded fighter showing off his technical fighting skills. Also, he called out Pryoxis. Let's see what
Absolutely.
Pryoxis said. Definitely excited
Absolutely.
to
I
see
mean,
that.
when you talk about callouts, you are here to make a spotlight, make your name be known in the ESFL and the UFC community. But right now, time for the co-main event in the bantamweight division. It's about to get down to strictly business as we have prodigies, aka Drew, on the left side using TJ Dillashaw against El Dino, who's also using TJ Dillashaw in the mirror match. Both of these guys, again, are fighting for the number one contendership in the ESFL Xbox title picture. So this is huge stakes in this fight, Don.
Absolutely. Drew online right now is 212 and 26, and he's ranked 9 in the world. And you also have uh, El Dino, and El Dino is ranked 37, as I mentioned before, with 191 and 85. I mean, that's still fantastic. And they both are tremendous in any area that this fight goes to. El Dino, I figure, fights more in the striking. Drew is 100% beast on the ground. I am extremely intrigued to see who takes the number one contender spot and who we will see Pryoxis or Qxlv fight next.
Yep.
Very
So
excited.
since this is a big deal, let's try to refresh our streams, make sure low latency off, because this co-main event fight is huge. I mean, TJ Dillashaw, one of my favorite fighters, fighting in the co-main event. I mean, with two great fighters who are going for the number one contendership, only nothing but fireworks and just sparks flying are like possible in this fight. I really can't wait for this fight.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And we also just saw TJ Dillashaw one other time in this fight when we saw Mad Dog finish Yeshua. So we know that finishing ability within TJ Dillashaw is very real. And as we get started here, let's see the show if there's a show of respect from both these fighters, and there are. Let's get going.
Going the first round of the number one contendership fight. Again, Prodigies, aka Drew, is in the red gloves, and we have El Dino in the blue gloves. It's a mirror match for the number one contendership in the ESFL 57, live on Twitch and on YouTube. We welcome you guys and thank you for attending this incredible night of fights with us as we approach 1 minute. And so far, it's 1 minute into this fight as we approach some of these guys going for body kicks and just find their way into a chess game right now.
This is a complete chess match and very nice body kick from Albino landing at fantastic. I'm at 340 right now.
340. I'm at 330. So, well, I'll try to lead. We'll see how it goes.
Go for it.
You see Prodigy's do a nice little combo right there. He's trying to go for a jab, a left hook, and try to go for a right hook, trying to hit him with a three combo. Just trying to mix it up, attack the body a little bit. And right now, El Dino, he's answering back. He's trying to get that head kick on and trying to go for these big strikes. Okay, Don, take it over. I'm going to refresh and try to get in sync with you guys.
Okay, sounds good to me. All right, so let me just, I actually was doing the exact same thing. Hold on 1 second. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, to continue, this is definitely just a giant chess match between both of these top-ranked UFC 3 fighters. as we continue to watch them go forward at 2 minutes. What we are seeing right now is El Dino landing a nice hook, followed up by a straight, and very nice. He's starting to pick apart Drew. Very nice. He landed that leg kick earlier on, and that was snappy.
Yeah, but that
Ooh,
body
very
kick, that
nice.
body kick was absolutely crazy. You're gonna need a lot more of those body kicks, a little bit more of those leg kicks, and try to get that stamina down a little bit. As that block gauge is really low, we'll have to see if Prodigy's just trying to take advantage of that. But those slips could be deadly
And,
for El Dino.
absolutely. And as we wind down from the 1 minute mark, we're looking to see who's going to be more aggressive or if they're going to start slowing down, knowing the other fight's coming. Very nice slip.
Oh, a
And
huge
here comes El
rock!
Dino. Very
Prodigy's
good.
in danger right now, but that stamina's low. And again, Prodigy's going for that head kick again, trying to find a
Ooh,
way
very nice
to get
body
an
snap.
opening.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And he right there found his opening, El Dino did. And he whiffs the leg kick and he returns his fire with his own. Again, he's going for another leg kick. He then goes for the body jab and lands another straight. These guys are both going for the body quite a bit, and they're landing many combos. This is a very entertaining battle.
As the end of the round happens, both guys are in a chess match. There's huge stakes again. This is for the #1 contendership shot for the Xbox ESFL title. And hopefully in the second round, we get more of that as we just get started with it. Here we go.
Very nice jab. Hook. Nice.
Again, very much a chess match. You see both guys, when they get very close, they're more inclined to use uppercuts. But again,
Ooh,
nice head
nasty
kick by
high
Prodigy's
kick.
right there.
Very nice. And now here's one thing. Again lands the back high kick. That's awesome. And he goes for the body again. This is going to be big trouble for El Dino. As we can see, his body health is definitely taking a toll. However, he did get a rock
When we
early.
saw that, we saw body kick, head kick, head kick. They were all landing. He goes for it again, but he needs to watch out for those kind of trades. I mean, he's pulling out a lot of great combos, but those combos take stamina. As he
Very
gets
nice.
knocked down, huge shot. Oh my goodness!
And this could
And
be
now
a
we go
game
to the
changer.
ground.
That one 100% could be a game changer now, as El Dino definitely needs to protect his body more and his stamina. But again, he gets hit in the ribs with that lovely southpaw back rear kick. And again, he's landing it. This is definitely going to spell trouble for El Dino if he cannot stop it. But he is landing in the head numerous times. He gets tagged himself. Nice slip. Very nice capture of the leg as we continue to move forward in this co-main event.
Look at the stamina. Very different between two competitors. I mean, we see one guy going for head kicks. We see another trying to find his way through an uppercut. And a huge rock right there. Oh, this could spell trouble for Prodigy as he gets hit hugely. I think he's going to want to try to stand this up or maybe stay to the ground a little bit.
Absolutely,
And he
man.
will. He's going to try to stand it up.
And again, he gets smacked in the ribs, and again with another straight to the body. Again, Drew may be getting hit and maybe getting tagged and getting knocked down, but he is doing more effective damage to the body, and now we're seeing a flashing body health from El Dino. This could be close to the end.
Ooh, and a huge
And
whip happens there,
yeah.
and a head kick. Oh, wait, that landed? Oh, my goodness,
Oh my
Prodigy!
God.
Prodigy's
Wow.
#1 contender for the Xbox title.
Wow.
Showing for
What a
Prodigy with
knockout.
those 2 head kicks. Incredible showing, Don.
Ooh, I felt that one, man. Holy crap. Again, we were mentioning the entire time that El Dino was getting hit in the body quite a bit, and it only took that one mistake and that one. Oh, wow. I'm sorry. And he changed it up. He didn't go for the body kick, went for the high kick after doing body kicks numerous times. It caught El Dino off guard, and then after that, it was game over. He went for the body again, rocked him, and then he landed again to the head, and that was the fight. What a wonderful showing from Drew, the #9 in the world for a reason. A tremendous battle from both of these contenders. That right there.
I mean,
Yeah.
you could tell by like the way the fight was going. It seemed like it was a little bit back and forth. But once Prodigy start get it going, start landing those head kicks, those body kicks, it worked to his benefit. I mean, he was able to take down so much of El Dino's stamina where he was just whiffing a little bit more than he wanted to, and it just worked to Prodigy's benefit. I mean, that was an incredible showing. That's what you want to see in the number one contender. So the fact that he was able to get this opportunity in this spotlight, that's incredible for him as he is waiting now for the man. I mean, we still have one more fight to go, but Prodigy is knocking on the door of a title that he could claim as his own. So that's going to be incredible in the future cards. Don't you
I
agree, Don?
definitely agree. I definitely agree with you. I think that it's going
Absolutely.
to be a tremendous fight when it comes down to Prodigy's fighting QXLV or Prodigy's fighting Pryoxis. Very excited to see how this main event goes.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of this is the main event. We are still waiting for them to get readied up, so we have the link for it. Uh, but these guys, it is going to be incredible. I mean, it weeks in the making. I mean, QXLV has been showing amazing stuff in season two, and then Pryoxis. I mean, Jitsu. This guy is the forefront runner of this community. I mean, what he does on YouTube, that he shows love to UFC 3 community, he teaches his ways. I mean, it's absolutely incredible what he's done, and the fact that he's the head runner, the title holder for this division. This is a big matchup that everybody wants to see. Pryoxis versus QLXV. There we go. Words.
Yes. Words, they exist. I'm trying to say letters, man. I get it. It's a very confusing name, but it's his name and it's good. I think that both of these fighters, after fighting both of them, there's a reason why they are within the top five out of the entire world on Xbox. Both of them have their own unique styles. Again, you look at Pryoxis, man goes on YouTube and literally writes the book for how to do things. And then you have QXLV, who is a pressure beast and is so good at finding holes and knows where your chin's going to be or knows where your opening is going to be and lands, and it's effective, and he takes you out. Just phenomenal. Phenomenal performances for both of these five. Very deserving for QXLV to go forward and fight for the title, and an honor to commentate for Proxys's fight because that'd be a real cool dude. So I
Yeah,
like it.
absolutely. I mean, when you think about it, their last contest, I mean, QXLV, he had to fight Brand New Mac and win against Brand New Mac to even get this title shot. And then when Pryoxis, his last title defense was against Cody Dang. These guys are no slouches in the ESFL. They have fight in the bright lights before, so the fact that these guys are undefeated in season two, going for a title fight, and we know the caliber of fighters they are, it's only shaping up to be something amazing once we get into this main event. Now we are waiting for the stream to be up where we have the link. So just going back to the fight card before we get this main event going. What are some of the highlights that you love from ESFL 57, Don?
Well, 100%. I was very happy to see Mad Dog his first round knockout. We also saw Dev Raider's first round knockout because it just showed precision striking. It showed that these guys were very ready for this. They didn't have pre fight jitters or anything like that, and they came out to perform. And then also the strategy that was implored from Unnoticed Legacy was phenomenal. I mean, you're fighting somebody who's very aggressive in Luber Libre, somebody that has been using Mike Perry literally since UFC 3 came out, knows where to land that overhand and when to land it, and you were able to come back through the first round adversity, and because he got rocked there, and get the victory by decision. I think you saw Elitis's constant pressure literally stupefy T4H recognized, kind of like John Jones stupefy man, Anthony Smith in their fight, which was so sad in real life. It was so sad. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's the kind of pressure that he was showing, and because of that, and because he just constantly kept moving forward, he was able to capture that victory in the second before it was too late, and that was also very good. So I mean, and then of course we just saw what we that co-main event there. We saw Drew come forward after getting literally, literally beaten down. But as of right now, just to cut off the end of that, Drew, great job on coming back after getting stunned 3 times, and I believe even knocked down 3 times, to get a unanimous finish in the end. Um, right now, we are ready. It is time for the main event: Pryoxis versus QXLV. Pretty
More about
excited.
it. Pryoxis versus Qxlv. Well, I seen some of Pryoxis tape before we got started for tonight's main event fight, and I know he loves to use some Rafael dos Anjos. So the fact that he might be going to Rafael dos Anjos is very reassuring because with Pryoxis and Rafael dos Anjos, what he's able to do is something incredible. And then he's going against Nate Diaz. Amazing fight.
Truly amazing. And as we begin right now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for: the main event. Who is going to be the new ESFL champion? Probably going through making his edits.
Yeah, he's going through his edits. I mean, as you said, this is the main event. Nick Diaz with a 76-inch reach against Rafael dos Anjos, but with Pride, anything is possible. This is what you guys have been waiting for. Clear, crisp pictures of these guys fighting each other in the main event for the title. It's been a long wait, but as soon as that bell goes, we are in for one heck of a fight.
I couldn't agree more. I'm so ready for this. Pryoxis being his go-to, the goat of RDA, against the ever aggressive QXLV, and one of the most aggressive and stamina ready fighters, with the pick of Nick Diaz in welterweight. I thought they were going to go in lightweight at first. I guess they changed their minds. I guess
Well,
Pride changed his mind.
the choice was always going to be Rafael dos Anjos. So I
Yeah,
think QXLV have seen the tape and was like, okay, if he's going to go with that, what counters Rafael dos Anjos? And he has not a bad pick. I mean, Tony Ferguson, I mean, the pick he has is really good. So it's only about whether you can execute your game plans. Can you shake off the nerves? Can you find a way to find some openings in Pryoxis's game? Because like there hardly is any loses in these type
exactly.
of situations.
100%. And Pryoxis is definitely big game, and he is ready for this. Nick Diaz is 100% appropriate counter to RDA. I cannot wait for this to get going. And as we begin now, we want to thank you guys for watching on YouTube and in Twitch. Thanks for your support. Title
Absolutely.
fight begins.
Axis in the red gloves with Rafael dos Anjos and QXLV in the blue gloves with Nick Diaz. Here we go, and we see very close up, very close and personal, trying to get some shots, and a good just down slip by Pryoxis. You're going to see these guys take it nice and slow, find the reach first, and then get into a rhythm. These guys know what they're doing,
Absolutely.
and you can see some uppercuts trying to land from QXLV, but he gets hit with 2 body uppercuts from the get-go, but he lands some of his own, Don.
Absolutely. And now he's just getting countered from Pryoxis, and Pride going for the body yet again, and just making it, making this fight a close scrap. He's not afraid to get aggressive with RDA, even though that chin health is low, and he breaks the block, QXLV does, and lands that left hook. And now he's going for the body himself. And Pride looking for that leg kick, as he knows that the Diaz brothers have poor switch stance and poor leg health.
And now you see who another question has been developed in this situation. Who's going to be the one who's going to try to take someone down to the ground? Because we know that in the ESFL, in this main title fight, you need to be good on the stand-up game. you need to have patience, but you also need to have an excellent ground game. So whoever takes a guy down or maybe even gets a rock, that could be a main deciding factor as both guys still in the phone booth trying to find the slips, trying to find some hooks. And right now it seems like those body kicks are working some powerful body shots for Pryoxis right now.
Absolutely. But Pi is starting to wear down the stamina of Nick Diaz, and again, this has been his game plan from the beginning. Qxlv is very aggressive, and Pry knows that, so Pry is willing to go forward and take a little bit of that damage just to land off some strikes, and there he goes, very nice counter hook there from Pryoxis.
Yeah, and you
He
see
misses.
trying to go for a kick right there, but misses. And that could do some damage to your stamina. But right now, Pryoxis, when that block gauge is low, he's not going to take many risks. He's going to find a way to get out of it. But Qxlv, so far, so good. He's finding his range. He knows he has the reach advantage. So he's trying to find his openings, get in, get out, and find a way to attack him. And you see Pryoxis find his way to get close up because that's the only way he's going to attack his opponent right now. Those leg kicks are going to help him out, but he can't get caught with those.
Absolutely. And now Q needs to really, really be careful because, again, this is only the first round, and his stamina is already showing signs of becoming detrimental. And
Absolutely. But you
Pryoxis,
look at the block gauge a little bit, Don. That block gauge is getting lower and lower every single second compared to Qxlv's. I mean, that's a huge
exactly.
thing to look out for because this is a 5-round fight. Like, sure, in a 3-round fight, you might not like think about it as much, but when you find 5-round fights, that's a long time as the end of the first round happens.
Oh, I
Don,
agree with
what are
you.
your thoughts in that first round?
Well, there's a bunch of things to take consideration. The block, like you said, the block health for RDA and the body health for Nick Diaz. If we look at the stamina right now, that's a pretty significant difference just from the first round. And this is Nick Diaz. His stamina he's ready to go. He's got marathoner. He is prepared. He's also got those body strikes. And Pryoxis is getting tagged
Oh,
here.
trouble's happening. Trouble is happening for Pryoxis. His health was getting very low. But
And that right
again,
there, top
those little
point.
strikes right
Ooh.
there. Oh, great combo by Pryoxis right there. An uppercut, a hook, just does some damage on the head of Diaz. And huge, huge counter on this. This is looking very good for both fighters as a slip happens.
And that right there is
Oh my goodness.
very significant. But Q is not going to take the risk. But this right here is the risk that you run when you are RDA, especially against somebody like Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz, who can constantly come forward. And like you were mentioning, the block health of RDA is getting lower. Because of that, he is able to continue to pressure forward, and it's going to. And
Another knockdown by Qxlv. Are you kidding me? Pryoxis was a little bit of trouble after that knockdown, but Qxlv was able to get a second knockdown on Pryoxis. That block gauge and head health are in serious trouble, especially in the second round, Don.
Absolutely, but this right here is where Q did not want this fight to go, and as we saw that from the first rock, he thought that the second one, the first knockdown was not good. He didn't go to the ground, but now it's the second one, and he followed it, and that's how Pry got him on the ground. As you were mentioning before, this is the championship fight. You need to be able to fight everywhere. This right here, I think, may be the point where Pryoxis starts to work more on the ground. As you can see, he's literally pressing LB quite a bit. He might go for now. He's going for crucifix.
This could be
This is
trouble for
dangerous.
Qxlv. I mean, the side cell going into the crucifix is one of the worst positions to be in if you're on the ground, because if someone has a very good ground game, something bad could possibly happen. But we might get a suplex right here. Rafael Dos Anjos has the back in the clinch, and he will go for a nice
Beautiful.
takedown into a side control. Now, will he go for a crucifix? No, he gets put back into the full mount, Don.
Absolutely, and then we have to continue to look at how this is going to continue to go, because again, the stamina of the Nick Diaz right now is getting lower, but the head health and the block health of RDA is of more concern. Very impressive. And that's
my goodness! Back from the dead, Pryoxis is still your Xbox ESFL champion. from the dangers of getting knocked down twice. He rises back up as only he can and puts that pride jitsu on him. As we see in the replay, look at this uppercut slips down, and that's all she wrote.
Wow.
What an
That's awesome.
incredible comeback there.
Absolutely. Q had him on the ropes the entire time. And when it came to the second round, and at this point now, Pry was able to come back and then hey, that's dope. I hope they put that on there.
Oh, oh my goodness, Pride. Ah, that's and still. If there was ever, I want that on a t-shirt and put and still because I need that. That was really
That would
cool.
be pretty cool. That was very cool. That's awesome. I think that should definitely be like a champion only thing. That's so fun. Pryoxis coming through and getting the victory here in the ESFL. Fantastic. Qxlv, what a fight card this was. We
Yeah, I
saw
mean,
numerous first round knockouts.
a little bit more about the main event fight. I mean, we like Pryoxis was very much in trouble in that second round. I mean, he got knocked down twice. He was getting hit with some combos. His block gauge was low. His head health was low. Qxlv had a shot. He was winning, but then one bad slip down and getting hit with an uppercut changes the whole fight. And especially that he was able to get back up. I mean, that was his first ever knockdown. So,
Absolutely.
guys,
And
I
that
would
right
love
there.
to see a rematch between both those guys because that I feel like that deserves a rematch. But then again, Prodigies, as you said in the rest of the fight card, Prodigies is the #1 contender.
Yes, now we're going to see Drew fight Pryoxis in the next ESFL. I think that's ESFL 9. That's going to be spectacular. And again, to comment
59.
one more time within the main event, yeah, 59. Sorry. But anyway, to comment one more time within the fight, Pryoxis hit that pullback straight. That's what he's known for. That is his bread and butter counter. If you're going for hooks, step back straight. And I just broke something that made a big mess, and now I'm so pissed. I got flour everywhere.
Well, here's something to not get you pissed. I mean, this whole fight card was amazing. I mean, you had a crazy knockout in your fight against RM5K. Pryoxis had a huge. That probably was like the fight of the night. A huge knockout of the night by Pryoxis. Getting that huge come from behind uppercut victory. We also had some incredible people like Mad Dog doing some incredible stuff against Hammer, doing a quick first round knockout. I mean, Double Map getting the victory. There were so many people who put on some good showings. I mean, Lave was amazing as well. There was a lot of things in this fight card that like has rippled in the future Xbox cards, which I am super excited for. But
Absolutely.
without
It's
further
very shocked
ado,
that we didn't see any subs tonight. Thought we would maybe see
we were
one.
close. We were very close to some submission attempts, but again, it just been the way of the knockout for this whole fight card. But regardless of that, we want to thank you guys for attending tonight's stream, tonight's fight card of ESFL 57 live here on Twitch and on YouTube. You can see us next week as we get back to the PS4 fight cards, as we might see another champion crown, or maybe and still we have a new champion. It's not Vita X anymore, so there's a lot of things that could be happening in the future at ESFL. This has been Qxlv. I thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me here. And Ruthless Son, do you have anything else to say before we end the stream?
I definitely appreciate the opportunity to commentate, and I really enjoyed all the fights of tonight. Thank you all for watching on YouTube and on Twitch. My name's Ruthless Dawn. You can find me at Twitch as well. I hope to see you guys again really soon and watch more fights.
All right. This has been Qxlv. That has been Ruthless Son. This has been the ESFL 57. Thank you and good night.
Ruthless out.